Welcome, wanderers of the moonlit path. I am Pandora, a Wiccan witch and earth mystic, keeper of stories whispered through time. Here within my circle of light, I share the ancient and the arcane tales from my magical Wiccan books, stories of chakras and charms, tarot and stars, of shadow and spirit, and of the wisdom hidden between worlds. If you feel the call of magic, if your soul stirs when the night whispers secrets, you are home. Join me, Pandora, and open the pages of the unseen, for every spell is a story, and every story holds a spark of the divine. Within these sacred pages lie stories woven with moonlight, earth, and magic. The whispers of old spells, forgotten gods, and the living spirit of nature itself. Here I will read to you from my magical Wiccan books, my Wiccan book of shadows, my book of chakras, my book of tarot, and beyond. Join me, dear soul, as we step through the veil together and awaken the magic that lives within all things. Welcome to Pandora's magical realm. There is a moment just before sunset when the world seems to glow from within. The trees shimmer in molten gold. The air feels warm against your skin. Flowers turn their faces toward the dying light. And somewhere deep beneath the surface of ordinary life, the earth is celebrating. This is Litha, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, a sacred turning point in the wheel of the year. A time of fire, a time of abundance, a time when the sun stands as its greatest strength before slowly beginning its descent toward autumn. For witches, pagans, and Wiccans, Litha is more than a seasonal festival. It is a spiritual doorway, a celebration of life at its fullest bloom. And tonight, we step through that doorway together. Welcome, wanderer. Welcome to Litha. Litha is the Wiccan Sabbath celebrated at the summer solstice, usually around June 20th or 21st in the northern hemisphere. It marks the peak of the sun's power. The earth is alive with color, warmth, and movement. Gardens overflow, fields sway heavy with growth. The natural world hums with energy. In ancient times, people honored this day with bonfires, feasts, dancing, and rituals beneath the open sky. Many believed the veil between worlds shimmered with magic during the solstice. Herbs gathered at midsummer were thought to hold extraordinary power. Streams and wells became sacred, and fire itself was seen as a blessing from the sun. In Wiccan tradition, Litha represents balance. Even at the height of light, darkness quietly begins its return. The Oak King and the Holly King, symbolic rulers of the waxing and waning year, exchange power at midsummer. One season reaches its climax, another slowly awakens. Litha reminds us of a sacred truth. Nothing remains at its peak forever, and that is part of the beauty. The energy of Litha is vibrant, radiant, wild. It carries the feeling of bare feet on warm earth, the scent of sun-warmed lavender, the crackle of firewood at twilight, the sweetness of berries gathered in golden light. Spiritually, Litha is a time to celebrate your own growth. What has blossomed within you? What dreams are finally beginning to bloom? What parts of yourself are stepping into the light after the long seasons of darkness? This Sabbath invites gratitude, joy, passion, vitality, confidence, but it also asks for awareness, because even as the sun shines brightest, the wheel continues turning. Litha teaches us to appreciate beauty while it is here, to honor moments before they fade, to dance while the fire is still burning. And perhaps that is why midsummer feels so magical. For one luminous moment, the world feels suspended between fullness and change. Every Sabbath carries sacred symbols, and Litha glows with the imagery of the sun: gold, amber, flame, sunflowers turning towards the light, oak leaves whispering in warm winds. Bonfires are one of the oldest symbols of midsummer. Traditionally, people leapt over fires and flames for purification, luck, fertility, and protection. The fire represented the life-giving energy of the sun itself. Candles can serve the same purpose today. Even a single golden flame can become a sacred symbol of midsummer power. Herbs connected to Litha include lavender, rosemary, mugwort, chamomile, St. John's wort, and yarrow. These plants are often used for protection, dreams, healing, and solar magic. Crystals associated with Litha include citrine, sunstone, carnelian, tiger's eye, and clear quartz glowing in sunlight. Animals connected to midsummer include bees, butterflies, horses, wrens, and creatures that thrive beneath the warmth of the sun. And above all, Litha belongs to fire, not destruction, but illumination, transformation, life force, the sacred flame within nature and within yourself. If you are new to Wicca or pagan spirituality, Litha can be beautifully simple. You do not need elaborate rituals. You do not need expensive tools. The heart of the Sabbath lives in connection. One of the most powerful things you can do is simply spend time outside. Watch the sunset, walk through a forest, sit beside water, feel the warmth of sunlight on your skin, listen to birdsong drifting through evening air. Allow yourself to notice the fullness of the living world. You might create a small Litha altar with candles, flowers, herbs, sun symbols, fresh fruit, or objects gathered from nature. You can light a candle and speak words of gratitude. Thank the earth for what has grown in your life. Thank yourself for surviving difficult seasons. Some witches write wishes or fears on slips of paper and safely burn them in a fireproof bowl. Others weave flower crowns, make sun water, brew herbal tea, or meditate at sunrise. You could even celebrate by dancing, laughing, singing, creating art. Litha is joyful, alive, expansive. It reminds us that spirituality does not always need silence. Sometimes the sacred sounds like music drifting through warm summer air. Beneath the flowers and firelight, Litha carries a deeper wisdom. The summer solstice teaches us that every cycle contains both arrival and departure. Even in moments of great beauty, change has already begun. And yet this is not something to fear. Nature does not cling to the seasons. The trees do not mourn the passing of midsummer. The sun does not resist its slow descent. Everything moves in rhythm. Everything transforms. Litha invites us to trust those cycles within our own lives, to celebrate our growth without needing to hold on to it forever, to honor joy while understanding that all things evolve. This Sabbath reminds us to fully inhabit the present moment, to stand in the sunlight while it shines, to love the world while it blooms, because the sacred is not only found in eternity, sometimes it is found in fleeting, golden evenings. As the sun sets on Litha, the wheel turns once more. The days will slowly shorten. The air will eventually cool. Autumn awaits quietly beyond the horizon. But tonight, the earth is still glowing. Tonight, the fires still burn. The flowers still bloom. The crickets sing beneath the stars. And somewhere within you, a sacred flame continues shining. May your Litha be filled with wonder. May your path be illuminated. And may the turning wheel always guide you home. And that was tonight's mystical bedtime story, a tale woven from starlight whispers and dreams, reminding us that even in the quiet of night, magic lingers all around us. As you close your eyes tonight, let your mind wander through the world we just explored. Maybe you'll meet the same wandering spirits, or find your own secret doorway to wonder. Whatever dreams await you, may they be peaceful, kind, and full of light. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the little bell icon so you'll never miss another bedtime adventure beneath the stars. Also, visit Pandora's Sabbath's playlist to find more enchanting information on the Wheel of the Year. Or visit the Sabbath Ritual playlist to do a Sabbath ritual with me or on your own. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. Until we meet again, drift softly, dream deeply, and remember, the night is never truly dark when your heart holds a little bit of magic.